Hello there, boys and girls, moms and dads, aunts and uncles, and kissing cousins. I'm Uncle Dan.
And I'm Aunt Carol. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you've joined us again.
Aunt Carol, I understand your story today is based on circumstances which happened just a few years ago.
That's right. As a matter of fact, part of the story appeared in Clubhouse magazine under the title Mushrooms. It was written by Louise Rutledge Slattery. Our readers liked it so much, we decided to expand the story and present it for our listening audience.
That was a good idea. Our Clubhouse readers have great taste in stories. That's why they subscribe to Clubhouse.
True. And I thought it would also be a good idea to have Justin's grandpa tell this story because he has first-hand knowledge of what happened.
Well, I'm intrigued. So let's get started right away, okay?
Okay, Uncle Dan. I call this story, God is Alive.
Grandpa, since this is a special occasion, you visiting us and all, I was wondering if you'd tell me one of your famous stories. Something about the old country.
Well,
Please?
all right, Justin. If you insist, I guess I must. Perhaps it is time to tell you something new. Something I've saved until you have become a young man.
A new story?
Yes, Justin, new to you. You see, I haven't told you before because it isn't just a story, it's real. There really was an Andrew and a Sylvie, Captain Chairman, and me, of course. Everybody called me by my given name, Faden. And all the others, it's their story, and mine.
Andrew? Who's he?
I guess I'm getting ahead of myself a bit. He was my friend. Andrew, how do I explain Andrew? He was the most outrageous, fun-loving person I've ever known, and yet he was, in the end, he was the best man I've ever known. I met Andrew for the first time when I was a new inductee into the Army.
My name is Sergeant Renson. I am your commanding officer. In time, you will learn to become soldiers. Your brains will be soldiers. Your bodies will be soldiers. You will no longer think except to say, "Yes, sir."
Yes, sir.
You! What is your name?
Andrew, sir. Andrew Karskin.
Andrew Karskin. You are a despicable dog to speak when I am speaking.
But, sir, you said...
Did I ask you to answer? Did I? Ah, better. Much better. Now, you will all learn when to speak and when not to speak. You will learn many, many things, and I will teach you. I am now your mother. I am now your father. And the army is your only religion. Now, you will all report to the mess hall at 1200 hours, and you will not be late. Dismissed!
Faden, wait.
Andrew, you'll have to be more careful.
I can see that. This guy's a bear.
We'll have to watch, see what the others do, and not do anything unusual. No more yes, sirs, unless everybody says it.
Don't worry. I'll learn.
And Andrew did learn. We all learned. If you did what was required, and if you reported those who did not, you were a good soldier. There was never a moment's peace, because in an unguarded moment, someone who was not your friend might see something to report to the officers. It made true friendships tighter, and everyone else became your enemy. It was just a fact of life and the way the army operated.
So, after your basic training, what happened?
It is not something I like to think about, Justin. Sometimes at night I wake up and I hear... You see, in those days in my country, even though they talked about religious freedom, people who were Christians were never allowed to prosper. Worse yet, they were persecuted. Andrew and I were assigned as a part of a squad to harass the Christians and persuade them to give up their crazy philosophies.
This afternoon, some of you will go on your first raid. I have an informer who tells us the Christians are meeting tonight at the home of a believer. We are invited, I am sure. Your future in the army depends on how well you perform your duties. This is a great opportunity for a few of you to be noticed by Captain Chairman. Faden, Andrew, Igor, Baskin, report to my office immediately.
Yes, sir.
Good, splendid. Here is the plan. We will meet here at 1700 hours. That will give us time to be in place before anyone starts to arrive at the secret meeting house. I am very good at this type of operation, so listen carefully to my directions. Igor, you go there behind the house. When you hear us enter from the front, you crash through the door and prevent escapes.
Yes, sir.
Phaeton, you and Andrew position yourselves in the bushes along the rock. Wait until you see me go through the door. Then stand as my backups.
Yes, sir.
Baskin, you come with me.
Andrew and I waited eagerly in the bushes. We were grateful for a chance to prove ourselves. Life in the army was incredibly boring. Training, and more training. This was a chance for some action. Captain Chairman had given Rinson explicit orders to destroy the influence of all Christians and the materials which they insisted on passing around. And these people were very clever at circulating handwritten portions of the Bible. Everyone knew the Bible was a book of subversive lies, and it was our job to confiscate everything we could and intimidate the people. At the least sign of resistance on their part, we were to take whatever action we thought necessary and haul them off to jail. As we waited, we hoped there would be some real excitement. Andrew, I think all the people are inside. I wonder when we make our move.
Shh. There go Renson and Baskin to the door.
Open up! Open up!
Yes?
Everybody stand where you are! Good. Now we are all here. Even Igor to welcome you at the back door. You there. I think I recognize you from former parties we have had, yes?
Yes. You have seen me before.
I thought so. Your arm has healed nicely. You will not try to hide anything this time, huh? And what is this? Just as I thought. Such a nice little meeting, with nice little copies of forbidden literature. Then will you people learn? Igor, no one leaves!
Yes, sir.
Andrew, Phaeton, anyone moves, you have your weapons.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Baskin, you collect these little booklets.
Yes, sir.
There now. You, girl, what do you have behind you?
I have...
It is you again, is it? You are very slow, very stupid. Are you ever going to learn? Was a year at hard labor not enough?
I am never going to betray
Shut up! Andrew, see what she's hiding this time.
Yes, sir.
No! I won't give it to you!
Andrew!
God forgives you. God loves you.
Sylvie!
Did Andrew kill her when he hit her, Grandpa?
No. Andrew stood over that lovely young girl, watching as the blood gushed from her head. His eyes were wild with what he had done, and she had not defended herself. She had told him that God loved him, and as she fainted and sank to the floor, she had not flashed even a trace of hatred in her eyes, only pity for Andrew. In that split second, Andrew was destroyed. Oh, nobody knew it then, but the soldier who was totally obedient to cruel authority died. And because of that beautiful girl's witness, Andrew's heart was changed.
He became a Christian?
No, not yet, but in time. Andrew was never the same. He was removed from the special harassment detail and reassigned, because he could never follow orders with enough ruthless enjoyment. And then I began to see strange things about Andrew.
What things, Grandpa?
I slowly became aware that Andrew had become a Christian. Of course, the army was trying to re-educate him, to rehabilitate him. He was a complete embarrassment to the system.
Andrew, come with me. We are to report to Chairman's office immediately.
Yes, sir.
Come in. So, Rinsen. This is the troublemaker, hmm? He looks harmless enough. What is your name?
Andrew Karskin, sir.
Ah, yes, Karskin. Do you have any idea, Andrew Karskin, how much trouble you have been already?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
I am a democratic man. Tell me, Andrew Karskin, what are you trying to prove?
I'm trying to prove nothing, sir. I only worship my God, who lives in my heart.
There is no God, Karskin. If God was ever alive, he is now dead, gone. Tonight, the cold air will clear your thinking. You will stand all night on the training ground without your coat. You will stand there in your uniform, no coat, boots, or gloves. Yes, yes. I am sure you will want to change your mind about God. Then, Karskin.
Andrew, change your mind now, and this won't be necessary. The wind is off the northern plain. It's already 10 below, and the sun has just set.
God is alive. I will not change my mind. If I die tonight, I die. If not, then you will know that there is a God.
What happened, Grandpa?
What happened? Well, Andrew stood in the center of the training ground. The wind whipped around him so sharply it was a wonder he wasn't frozen in an instant. 1 hour passed. 2 hours.
Karskin, Andrew,
Sir,
you should change your mind and come inside.
I will not deny God, sir.
I don't understand why you aren't frozen. You've stood here for almost 3 hours and you don't even sound cold. And here I am shivering in my fur-lined coat within 10 minutes.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm cold.
But you have only your uniform on. And you've been out here all evening.
Yes, sir, I know.
If you freeze, Karskin, you freeze. You are impossible.
Yes, sir.
Karskin, you are still here.
Yes, Captain Chairman, I am.
For how many hours?
I'm not sure, sir. What time is it?
2 a.m.
Then I've been here for 6 hours, sir.
This is not possible. I'll have the head of the man who had you inside the barracks to get warm.
I've not been in the barracks, sir. I've been here.
Of course you have been. That's why you're frozen solid into a statue. Look at you. You're not even cold.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm cold. Very cold.
You should be dead. Very dead.
It's God, sir. He's keeping me from freezing.
Get out of here, Karskin. Go back to your barracks.
Yes, sir.
It was always the same story. No matter what the army tried to do to Andrew, he suffered through. And everyone began to realize that God sustained him.
What happened next?
Well, Andrew came more and more to the attention of Captain Chairman. Chairman was outraged that he couldn't break Andrew. He began a systematic round of torture designed to make Andrew speak against God and to say that God didn't exist.
But it didn't work.
No, it didn't. And in the end,
What, Grandpa?
Andrew died. No, they tried to make it look like an accident, but we all knew. Andrew had died rather than renounce his belief in God. I wish he could know everything that happened after that. I wish he could know that his life, his dedication were not in vain. You see, Justin, after Andrew died, I began to sympathize with the Christians.
But, Grandpa, you were on the Special Force. What did you do?
Well, what I did next is the reason that I'm sitting here today. Of course, I didn't know then what it would mean. I thought I might die just as Andrew had. We were on another raid. This time we had information that a group of Christians was going to meet in a secluded spot by a river for a baptism. We were all set and waiting when they arrived, and we rushed the group. I whispered to those I was attacking to fall and pretend they were unconscious. And then I saw her. Sylvie, the girl Andrew had struck that day. She was being attacked, beaten by Baskin.
You will not be here next time, my pretty...
No, Weston, enough! Quit! No more!
Phaedon, stop it. What are you doing? This girl never learns. Get out of my way.
You will not strike her again, Baskin, or you will need to kill me first.
You're crazy. You're crazy! You're a Christian.
No, I am not.
You're a Christian, you dog. I cannot believe it.
Believe what you like, Baskin. But you have finished with this girl.
Yes, maybe I am Phaedon, but you are finished with far more than that. Rinson will know. Chairman will know. I will tell them.
Baskin did tell Rinson and Chairman. Instead of torture, they sent me to the mines. I think they could not risk having someone who they thought was a Christian influence the rest of the soldiers.
What was it like there in the mines?
Terrible. Every day prisoners would die from sickness. Some froze to death because we had no warm clothes. Our food was thin broth twice a day.
But God took care of you.
There I was, half dead from cold and starvation. I thought that if there was a God, he had deserted me. I didn't see how I would survive for long. Then I formed a plan.
What plan?
A plan to escape. After a time, I worked my way up to become a guard of the other miners. It didn't give me any more food or clothes, but it did give me less supervision. And that's what I needed.
What did you do?
Well, it was spring. The weather was beginning to break, and I knew the time had come. I found a huge burlap bag in the storeroom, which I took and hid under the boards of the barracks floor. Then, several weeks later, when no one was looking, I removed the bag, took it with me to the mines, folded and concealed under my clothes. I tucked 2 small loaves of bread I had saved into my pockets. When everyone had cleared the mine area that night, I quickly ducked behind a car on the tracks at the opening of the mine, crawled inside the sack, and sprawled on the ground.
Couldn't everybody see there was somebody in the sack?
I moved around to throw dirt and snow on top so no one would guess there was anybody inside the sack. I stretched at an odd angle and scrunched into the ground as far as possible. It must have worked, because several people passed by without noticing me. I waited and waited. I was there for hours, I was sure. But I didn't move. There were noises around, and I knew a guard was close by.
Halt! Who goes there?
Number 11, sir.
Yes, what is it?
One of the mine guards is missing. We've searched everywhere.
Nobody has come by here, and I've been here all night. What time is it?
3 o'clock.
Who's the missing guard?
Number 29.
Name?
Phaedon, sir.
Search every shack.
Nothing, sir. No sign of anybody.
Maybe he's in the mine. Take this car down. I'll order some reinforcements.
Yes, sir.
I lay perfectly still, hardly daring to breathe. I heard the car start to roll, and then the most terrible, excruciating pain shot from my hand. The car had rolled over the tip of my little finger. When I had stretched out, I had unknowingly placed my hand so that my little finger lay on the track. I could not move or scream or roll in agony. I held my breath and wept inwardly. Sweat poured from my body. Finally, the car had rolled far into the mine, and I heard the guard's footsteps move away.
Then what did you do?
I pulled myself out of the bag and crawled like a lizard along the barbed wire barrier. My teeth were chattering, and my sweaty clothes turned to ice.
What about your finger?
I didn't even take time to look at it. It hurt so badly that, in the rage of pain, I probably moved faster than I would have otherwise. I could see the posts stretching across the plain. Finally, I found the bush and crawled up inside of it. Oh, my finger. Oh, I'm afraid to look. Oh, no wonder. The tip of my finger has been cut off. Oh, what can I do? I need to find a better hiding place. There. Over there, a large clump of bushes. Oh, I'll try for that. Just a little farther. 10 more feet. There. Oh, I'm so tired. If I could just sleep.
Fade in. Fade in. I'm dying. Be a good boy. Fade in. Fade in.
Mother? Mother? I stayed in the shelter of the bush all day, sleeping fitfully, dreaming troubled dreams, hallucinating because of the pain. Finally, when night came, I ventured out and began crawling again along the barbed wire. I knew if I stood, I would be easily spotted against the landscape. I needed to find a break in the long stretches of tangled, coiled wire.
How long did you crawl, Grandpa?
For several days. I knew from the direction of the fence that the sea lay ahead. My hands and knees were in shreds, and I had no food. Oh, I'm so tired. At least I'm alive, and I'm not in the mines. There's some grass. If I can just reach it, I can rest. The next morning, I had hardly dragged myself 50 feet down the tangled wire fence when I found a break just large enough for me to wiggle through. I was just beginning to think that God had not forgotten me. Then I stood up for the first time in days. I was on the freedom side of the fence, and I was so overjoyed to have made it. But
But what?
I collapsed and fainted. I lay unconscious for a long time. In fact, I didn't come to for several hours. I was so weak I couldn't stand up. As I lay there, my desperate situation engulfed me with discouragement. I will go back. I will crawl through the barbed wire and hope somebody finds me before I die from hunger and exhaustion. At least in prison I will have bread. But maybe they will kill me. And then what? What is next after I die? Will I just die like a squashed bug and that is that? Oh God, if you're there, if you exist, why don't you help me, please? What? What's that? Why, it's mushrooms! Thousands and thousands of mushrooms! Food! Oh God, now I know you see me, you hear me, you have not forgotten me. You know where I am and what I need. Oh, thank you, God, for Sylvie, for Andrew, and for all the others who suffered. Help me to tell the world that you live, that you love. Help me to never stop praising your name.
And so you ate the mushrooms, and then what?
I lived. I made it to a small town about 20 miles from the fence. And then
Then what?
Well, maybe I'll just save that story for another time.
Oh, come on, Grandpa.
Maybe I'll write a book and let you help me with it. It'll be all about what happened next.
What do we call it?
That's the easy part, Justin. There's only one title that would fit.
I think I know what it might be.
Oh?
Yes, we'll call our book God is Alive.
Right, Justin. You are so right.